Welcome back, guys. It's the other guy here to give you perspective again and a different point of view, right? Don't date when you are broke. Only date when you are successful and have everything together. Only date when you got your money in order, you feel me? And you're successful. You found, you made a business, right? You built a business. Only date when you have everything together. Guys, that's a load of crap. And I'm here to tell y'all why, right? The guys that's telling you that, the people that's telling you that, are able to tell you that because they have dated when they didn't have it all. And they're telling you that simply because maybe if they would have made a different decision, or maybe if they would have went down a different path, or maybe they would have did this instead, they would have been ahead now. And although they might mean right when telling you that, they telling you to skip the main process part of growth. Guys, they're telling you to hop on your purpose, get in the gym, get right, be successful, start a business, make a good income, find a trade. All those things sound promising, right? But when they tell you to build that up and then finally look for a date after you've built yourself up so you could have many selective options. That's the selling point. So you could have many options, and so you could pick the best one out of many options, and that's how you continue life, or that's how you live your life, right? Let me tell you the problem with that. The main drivers of why they are where they need to be now, or why they are successful, is because they took what I call the gut punch. Guys, the gut punch set them straight. You know what the gut punch is? The gut punch is the reminder of when they got left, right, for a guy that had more money than them. Guys, the men that are telling you this advice dated when they were broke, right, and got humbled. And like I said, they mean right, but they skipping the main part. I'm telling you to date when you don't have it all together so you could be humble. That's why I'm telling you that. Guys, you are motivated to do your purpose for things outside of yourself. Hear me out. You're not going to be that pumped to go to the gym if you can't see the rewards at the end of the tunnel. Telling a bunch of guys all they have to do is build a business, become successful, get swole, get jacked, get ripped, right? And these are men that have a problem with taking a woman out on a date anyway, or just have any frustrations with women in general. To go from level 1 and say you need to be at level 100 in order to see results, guys, life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work. This is why it's so daunting for men to start, right? It's because they're told that they need every and anything, right, to prepare to be at level 100 to see results. Guys, it doesn't work that way. Life don't work that way. No wonder when you start, you hear this information, you get motivated for 2 weeks. You get in the gym for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you end up stopping. You don't see the end game results. All you know is that your muscles ache, right? Or you feel like, okay, when I start this business idea and I wrote these plans down, no wonder you don't stick to them. Guys, you find purpose and you find drive, you find all that, I'm not gonna lie to you, through hardships. It has to be outside of yourself. So let me go ahead and bring it back to y'all on why I believe you should date, or should. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? You shouldn't be spending your last, right, and you got little money in your damn pocket, or you don't have a job or you don't have a car. No, I'm not telling you to date under those circumstances. It's literally impossible. I'm talking to the guys. Maybe you do have an apartment. Maybe you do have a car to drive, and you don't really have much disposable income left, right? I'm talking to those guys. Guys that could go out there, see women at low cost. Get a woman out of the date for low cost. Guys, if she don't want to go out on a low cost date, drop her, move to the next, right? I'm not telling you to go out there and look for women. Always be on your purpose. Always have your purpose going for you at first, but purpose is within. I'm telling you, you're motivated by your purpose from people outside of you. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you do have a girlfriend, right? All those things, those are motivators, gents. Those are motivators, right? So the same guys that's telling you, oh, don't do this right now, they were motivated. They had fuck ups. They got dumped, right? They got themselves in the gym, right? From getting dumped. They remembered all the people that doubted them. They remembered all the people that rejected them. They remembered all the L's that they took. That's why they're passionate enough now to tell you that information, to tell you not to date, because they have been there. In order to see growth, fellas, you need to be there. You can't ignore, you can't skip from 0 to 100 and have everything all together. You won't get to a point where you're motivated enough. Let me tell you how Chads and Tyrones are born. Chad and Tyrones are born. Maybe they did have good genetics, because this is all subjective. Chad and Tyrone was born, right? And he wasn't Chad and Tyrone. See, we tend to look at the finished product just like women like the finished product out of a man. They're telling you to work for all of this just to jeopardize it at the end of the day, without the necessary skills and the L's and the lessons that took along the way, right? Now, keep in mind, I ain't telling you to make permanent decisions. Permanent decisions is including you maybe having children, you potentially making a mistake, making a bad decision, going to jail, all those things. I'm not telling you to do nothing like that, right? You getting married. No, I'm telling you to see woman. Meaning, if a good, honest woman came into your life, right? And maybe you're on your purpose, take up the offer. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to go out there and take a woman on a goddamn, you feel me, $150 per plate steak dinner, right? And spend your last. No, men just be thinking in extreme sometimes. I'm not saying that. I'm saying once you are on your purpose as it is, things outside of yourself motivate you to keep going. So Chad got there, or Tyrone got there, because one day everything felt like it was cool and they was with a girl, right? They maybe was in college or high school, right? Guys, these were times when we were broke. If we never had that experience, right, during those days, you cannot tell me that it wouldn't be efficient to date when you're much more successful. There's no way you're telling me, because you don't have experience. You haven't been there. If you waited to success to date, you can't tell me not to date when you don't have it all together, because you've never been there. There's no passion by it. There's passion by it because these guys have been there. But going back to what I was saying, Chad and Tyrone are built because one day they didn't have a damn car, right? Or they never had muscles, or, you know, they wasn't in the gym like that. Maybe they was a little chubby, right? And they got their girl taken by a dude that had big arms, right? That had that V-taper. You feel me? That had large or wide back. You feel what I'm saying? They got their girl taken by a guy that was a fucking football player. See, now what motivated that guy to become at the next level? He's saying to himself, I don't want this to ever happen to me again, right? Maybe they end up going to the gym. The next battle they face now, they didn't have no money, right? So they got that large back, huge legs. They started working out, but they didn't have a job. So they couldn't afford a car, right? So even though he had big muscles, the girl left him for a guy with money, with income, right? Once again, motivating that man to become better. See, as long as you survive, as long as you've walked through the fire, right? You come through, you got a little burns on you, you got a little scars, but you lived, right? And you become more hardened. You become more hardened by the hardships, right? Because you look back at it, then you like, man, thank God that shit happened. Thank God. See, now I ain't telling you to go out there and have about 3-4 kids. See, that's where you get it all fucked up. You feel me? And of course, this isn't the most optimal strategy to be successful. No, I'm not telling you it is. I'm telling you, the guys that are telling you not to date when you don't have it all together don't realize that because they've dated in the past, right, and they failed and fell short or didn't get to keep the girl that they wanted at the time in the past, led to their success because they wanted that get back, or because they wanted to prove that they was right all along. Not necessarily to that girl, but they were motivated outside from themselves. Even men that have children, they never had it all together. But if they were willing to make it on the other side, right, they knew they found their purpose through the means of wanting to see their kids be better, being placed into a better situation. Guys, don't skip the process. Don't skip the process. Saying, oh man, I would have been here, or if I would have been here, or if I would have did this instead, right? Guys, that ain't nothing but cope. That's like saying, if Ray Allen wouldn't have made that 3 when him and LeBron was on the Heat, LeBron would have only had 3 rings. Well, guess what? Too fucking bad. He got 4 because Ray Allen did make that 3. You feel me? Too bad, so sad. You going back and you looking at the past, right? And saying, only if I would have did this, not even realizing that no matter what information anybody would have told you, you wouldn't have fucking listened in that position. Who all been warned before? Don't see that girl. Don't she bad for you. You feel me? She terrible for you. Don't make that business decision. And you never listened because you thought it was the best thing for you. And then you got that gut punch. You got that reminder. That damn I told you so. Guys, all I'm saying is see for yourself. I can't tell you, I'm not going to tell you what not to do. You're going to learn that it isn't optimal dating when you're broke. You're going to learn that dating isn't necessarily leading to a strategy to help you be or have a successful business. No, clearly working on it will. I'm telling you, you ain't going to be as motivated if you don't put yourself through the fire. You won't have no motivators. You don't got no get back. You don't got that fire. Go through it. That's how guys make it over there to the other side. Next thing you know, you see the finished product because everybody sees the finished product. Everybody sees the guy that gets all the girls now, but they didn't even look at the hardships that led to them getting to that point. They don't look at the hardship. All they see is a guy that gets girls. All the women see the finish line woman that apparently they want you to have, because that's really what you're signing up for. You're signing up to get fucked at the end of the day. Build it all up for yourself, right? Skipping every lesson in life and jumping straight into dating just because you have it together. First of all, most men ain't gonna get here from here without nobody else. I addressed that in the beginning. Without no motivators, extremely rare set of men are going to be able to get from one end to the other naturally by their damn selves. People be like, yeah, I got it out the mud, I did it on my own. No, you had a lot of people outside of you that help you get to that point, right? So yeah, you're not going to get there by yourself, but you're just going to, if you do get there by yourself and you follow their advice, you're going to lose everything. I promise you. I promise you. Why? Because you're not going to know how to even spend your money. All you're going to think of is, I never had it then, but now I got it. So now I get to do what I want. So now when a woman says, I want this, I want that, the tenets that made you, you feel me, that would protect you leading up to that point, like, nah, even if I got it, I don't need to spend much. Even if I got it, I don't need to spend on it that much. All those tenets, you don't have them. Now you dropping hella bread on a woman that ain't worth it. Now she prone to ruining your life because you don't know how to balance your time together. Now your purpose go out the window because you don't know how to balance your time. That's how it works, fellas. Date when you don't have it all together because you know it isn't optimal. Like, comment, subscribe, be easy.